Hello, everyone. My YouTube people. Long time no see. I was trying to take a break
I don't
from.
ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always
No, no,
show
no, no.
up
I'm
and make
actually
a
not supposed to.
statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after
I
it.
had this look
I got
sometime.
facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past and the pettiness. A reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious. You think you're worth my time? You're delirious, mysterious because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior. You know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me. This ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words. You can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains at last and to believe in what you got. It was built to last. Yeah. Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help.
I got it.
I had to do it all myself.
In tune with my spirit.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Gonna learn the consequence of being incompetent. Mental health is confidence, dreams into modestness. I'm not here to save the day, that's for you to take away. I could play a million mind games, but instead I say something not illogical, something that is topical. Rub it on and watch it go, make yourself unstoppable. Dreams are irresponsible, but they're always possible. If you just believe, you could be so remarkable. Thoughts in my head, a collage and they spread. I'll be great one day, going.
Maybe I have to do a separate video on that. I have a mixed reaction, but we believe and I trust in whoever Pastor Bimbo will raise, whoever she will bet and raise. And I know that he's going to do well, but he might need to do some adjustments because of the people he's serving and the environment he has found himself. Okay, that's my own opinion. I'm not a member of their church, but I know Pastor Jimmy will do well. Congratulations, Pastor Jimmy. And I know he's going to serve, he might have been called to serve a certain group of people. Like, it's not just the prosperity thing. There are people that are wounded in this world, and his father was a classical case of someone that endured through the end, someone that, saw it all. So maybe what if he's called to those kind of people? Because even the few times he preached, he talked about, how things could push you in this world, and how are you able to still maintain, being in the world. Someone like him, some people in some parts of the world will become atheist or something. They'll be like, why didn't God save this person and not another? But for him to still stand, we don't need to push him. We love him. Personally, I love Pastor Bimbo. I love her husband, and I love their ministry. Excuse me, though I'm not a member of their church, but I think there was time I wanted to go to that Thursday showers. I don't know if I went or I didn't go. I can't remember. But I can't forget Pastor Bimbo. Pastor Bimbo even died around the time my father died, and was around the time he was being buried. I can't forget. We were all in the village then. We were going to bury my dad. December 10th, 2015. My dad was buried December 13th. She died. We were all in the village, and we heard the news that, what is this? So I can't forget that date. I think it was a Saturday, a Friday. I can't remember now, but, that's December 10, 2005. My dad was buried 3 days after. So we're just preparing for the burial and all that. May her soul rest in peace. She did a good job. And she really helped a lot of us to, spiritually and everything. Congratulations to this son once again. I was thinking that, Tolu looked Geo-ish from what the eyes could see. But who are we? Samuel was called, is it Samuel or David now? Who? who was the one that's the last child that was in the bush and all that. Well, I'm not a Bible scholar, so but if the father has said okay he should go on, then who are we? Let him succeed and everything work well for him. So congratulations, Pastor Jimmy. So but this video is not about Pastor Jimmy. I think I'm going to do a separate one, and I'm going to probably put their pictures and do some analysis, because we're all children of God. Now I'm doing this to talk about briefly about how woke is woke for our kids, the kids we are raising in this generation. How woke is woke. For me, people that were raised in my generation, a lot of people were raised with the tough hand. Some people even have come out to say how their own biological mothers put pepper in their private parts. Some people, their parents flogged them with all kinds of things, leather belts, iron, slippers, a whole lot of things. I wasn't raised like that. I wasn't flogged. My mother never, I don't think she flogged any of her children. Even her students, in school. My mother is a retired teacher. So some teachers used to flog students. My mother would never flog any student, no matter how stubborn you are. She would rather pull your ear. People that are her students will know. She will pull your ear, right? Pull your ear. You should hear something. But my mother can shout. At home, she can, if you do, like, you have to stand on your feet. She will shout. She will, she will shout for you. And you do that, do whatever. And she was also blessed. She never really has defiant children, right? That would, go outside of, way outside of normal being, probably, okay, not going on errands, She didn't really have to deal with that. But I know my dad flogged me like maybe no more than 3 times when I was really a young girl, maybe between 5 years and 10 years, But he never really used weapons like I hear. He had what they call those aboki, is it atang they call it, He had it one side. If I misbehaved that time, I think he flogged me, right? Then he would still carry me. I would sleep on his laps, right? I remember I would sleep off on his laps. Most times he take me to his room and all that. So I don't think it happened more than 3 times. So I wasn't raised with, hits, bah, or those basbos. No, I wasn't raised like that. But my father would not even shout, because he's very assertive. When he says something, you have to do it. Even if you probably, disobey my mom, but you can't, people that know him know you can't really disobey him. So there was no issues like that. So, but some people in my generation and generation before me were raised with boost, like, maybe they were really very stubborn, or their parents had issues they were dealing with, because sometimes people transfer aggression. Maybe they have issues they are dealing with, and they now transfer those to their kids. That's what I feel happens. All right. So now these days, you can't, even if you were raised that way, you can't possibly raise your kids that way. They are going to revolt against you. They're going to revolt against you, and you might outrightly lose those kids. But that doesn't mean that you wouldn't be assertive. You wouldn't, put your feet down and make sure that you don't also, let things fester, let them, go outside of the line like that. Some people use the Bible quotes, spare the rod and spoil the child. Like, no, which rod? Sometimes Bible interpretations, because of some meanings we are lost in translation from, is it Greek or wherever, Hebrew, wherever the translations. Nobody will use a rod on a child now. Little girl, please keep quiet, okay? Nobody will use a rod, of course, on a child, maybe cane and all that. So spare the rod and spoil the child. There's a way to correct people. We are not animals. Even you, if they are hitting and doing like that, sometimes it becomes toxic, right? That's why some men have taken it. Maybe they were raised like that. They now feel they could do that to their wives, or they saw their father beating their mother like that, so they now transfer it. So, you know, so you cannot use force or cane or abuse to correct anything. You cannot use abuse. All these people, you know, some people even use verbal abuse, all those kind of, you can't use it to correct anything, except somebody has come to you, maybe an enemy has come. For me, or if an enemy comes to me and use abusive words on me, I'm going to clap back. I'll clap back at it, and that's how I diffuse such negative energy. You know, maybe you come lying against me, or try to abuse me, or try to mock me or whatever, I'll clap back at you and let you put you in your place. But someone that has was put in your care, like a child, like these children, God has put them in our care to raise them. It's not a time to use abusive words on them or hit them, or, you know. For me, when my child wants to go, you know, across the line, I can threaten her, like, do you want some spanking? She behaves. She said no, she behaves and all that. But not that I go, because I wasn't even raised like that. So now, in this generation we are in, people now go on the other side. They go on the other side, sometimes go to the extreme on the other side, by allowing everything to just fester. Oh, I see people, they give their kids food, they still go and wash the place for them. I see it even happen in Nigeria. They never send those children on errand. They serve their kids. You're doing yourself well. Maybe that's your own style. You're also going to lose them. I believe you're going to lose those children by the time they grow, because they don't know what sacrifice is. How are they going to sacrifice for you if you have been sacrificing everything for them? They can't even help out in house chores. They can't help out in anything. So yeah, so when they grow up, they're also going to feel it's okay. They're going to be entitled kids. They're raising entitled kids, I'm sorry. But that's by the way. Now, something happened yesterday. My daughter came back home with a plastic snake. Just a little plastic snake like this. I'm like, where is this coming from? Well, you know, in cartoon characters and all that, they have all the animals, oh, this and all the animals sing, even snakes talk and all that. So, but how woke is woke? For me, I'm still the traditional person that I still believe in the Holy Spirit. I believe in Lord Jesus Christ. I believe in God Almighty. So I also believe in spiritual things. I believe nobody should have a snake as a pet. If you want to have a pet, you could have dogs, you could have donkey, you could have other, you know, calm animals. Snakes are dangerous, so I shouldn't have it as a pet, whether it's plastic or or real, right? So when she came, I'm talking about it, I don't want you to talk. So when she came back, I was like, no, why should you? Snakes, I didn't know snakes are dangerous. You have not seen a live snake before. When we were growing up, at least we have seen live snakes before, and we used to run away. It's probably the men that go and kill the snakes and all that. So you don't want to see a live snake. So don't come and be telling me. So, but I didn't also go so hard on her. I'm just using this to depict some things, to throw more light on what I'm talking about. So I didn't go so hard on her, but I didn't also want to like, oh, you must give me that snake, give me that. No, I still allowed her to have her way in some sort. I allowed her to, okay, but I know she's not going to go sleep with that snake. So I let her. I wanted to trash it out yesterday, but she tried to cry and all that, so I let her be. So I allowed her to, you know, sleep off, and I kept it to one side. So this morning, of course I cut it into pieces and threw it in the garbage. So she came to me crying, oh, I miss my snakey. Which one is snaky? Which one is snaky? I don't want to talk. Which one is snaky? So I even recorded, I put people that are on my WhatsApp. No, I put it on my WhatsApp. Do you know what live snake is? So I correct, like, I don't condemn people that do Halloween, but for me, I'm traditional. I don't subscribe to that. So I tell my daughter, oh, it's not good. We have our own values and all that. So I don't allow her participate. Oh, they can do trick or treat and all that, but I don't allow her participate in all this skeleton. Like, why should I allow my child to see talk about grave, skeleton, all those kind of things that some characters they put in that. No, I don't. Oh, sometimes they do in cartoon, they ghost. I tell her ghost is not good. You don't want to see ghosts in real life. Naturally, I don't even watch all these horror movies. People say they do not like. I want to read something real, romantic things. I'm a hopeless romantic here. Call me that, but I want something that is real. Do I want to see war, people killing each other, and all those kind of things? I don't want to see that. So I want real things that are real life, and things I want to happen around me, right? So how woke is woke. Sometimes these days, we want to do mermaid team birthday, mermaid this, mermaid that. You go and wear mermaid to your child. No, I don't want my child to wear mermaid. I don't want my child to turn to mermaid. I don't want my child to be possessed with mermaid spirit. So I'm not going to do that. Though it's in vogue, is woke, but I don't do that. So how woke is woke. So don't feel, if you are like me, that you're still traditional, and in this civilized world, don't feel odd, or don't feel, let nobody try to blackmail you or try to say, you are not woke or you are not civilized or whatever. I still maintain my traditional beliefs while also letting my child be very exposed. Me myself, I'm very exposed, and I know my daughter is even going to be better exposed than me, well educated. I went to the best universities in Nigeria, well exposed, traveled far and wide, right from when I was in university. I started traveling abroad, to the glory of God, right? I'm exposed, and my daughter too, her own, the country she has been to. Well, if I wish I was even able to fly, I enjoy flying, she would have been to several countries. She's a world citizen, but I also want to instill our values, our Christian values, our traditional values, not to be carried away with being woke. Woke is woke. Let's discuss in the comment section. Are you the traditional person, or are you just going with the wave? Whatever yopi that is happening, you just flow with it. How woke is woke? Have a great one, and I'll see you some other time. Bye.